property, and people always ask me, why don't you just knock that silver thatch palm down that is in the middle of your road? I said, that tree is the mother of all these other ones you see hidden in this bush, because they're so important to us. As even like, I am a traditional artist and artisan, and I do demonstrations with the making of the rope. And a lot of people don't understand how we depended on that back in the lamplight days, as I like to call it, not the light switch days, but the lamplight days. And my uncle, Billy Banker, he will be at that event tomorrow, and with his grandchildren. We try to keep our culture alive by doing these demonstrations as much as we can. And the expense of producing that rope nowadays is unbelievable when you consider you have to, West Bears, we would have to go basically into East End now to get an abundance of them, or do what I do, just, save every thatch tree you can and cut the tops when you can. And we do that with a passion. My uncle, he, has a portable 3-winch cart and a portable single-winch cart. Has all the fixing, so he could do these demonstrations on a small scale, like 15 foot of rope. I'm a member of SITAC, Island Islands Traditional Arts Council, and we're a non-profit organization that we strive to keep our culture alive, identify our different arts and the artisans that practice it. And when we first organized back in 2007, and we got our license to be a nonprofit organization, and we had a list of practicing artisans that was over 250 members. And today we have maybe 27.
Mm.
And we could still find thatch trees like at Hero Square. That was a big source of our tops. And to this day, I can't understand why the government dug up all of those thatch trees. I think there was close to 500 of them planted, and they were small, and they were perfect for at the size when we could reach them and cut their tops.
And this is at Hero Square?
At Hero Square. Nobody even shed a tear about that. We got one silver thatch palm at Hero Square. There's no other tree here in Cayman that was as instrumental for our survival as the silver thatch palm. Mahogany's, yes, we had a lot of those, but those things were basically shipped out, and and as logs, and we didn't reap the benefit like we reaped the benefit of our silver thatch palm, which we started off. My grandfather's house had a thatch roof on it at one time, and then it went to shingles, and then it went to the zinc, and that house is still standing down there on Hell Road. I was born in that house, and my Uncle Billy was also born in that house. And, just to give you some information about our silver thatch and how important and how we really depended on it. We, back in, I think it was 1945, there was a bad hurricane in Jamaica, got hit hard. We produce, get this figure right now, we produced 1.3 million 1.3 million fathoms of silver thatch rope. We exported that much. That's enough to go from Cayman to Miami, back to Cayman and into Cuba.
Well, Deal, it sounds like I got to get you on here for a full show.
We got a team of us that I would like to, at least, yes, I accept that. And
Okay.
myself and Ray Banker, and we have a few other practicing artisans like Miss Rosemay and Miss Carter and Miss Lizzie, and the Queen of Thatch is who I call the Queen of Thatch. I know nobody else out there can produce a better product, and she's in her 90s, Miss Marlena Anglin. She puts out the Louis Vuitton of baskets and hats. When you look at her work, it's getting better every year that you see some of her work today. I spend all of my extra money, what don't go to CUC and the water company. I spend it on those silver thatch products that she has.
Well, I tell you what. Listen, can you hang on, and I'll get my control room to get your contact number, and we'll get you on here, and you can tell us a lot about our traditional arts. How's that sound?
Sure would love that. I sure would love that. I got a simple number that you can that people can remember. It's 326 gigs. I make gigs too.
326 gigs.
Yes, 4447 spells gigs. I'm looking right now at a a bag attached a sand basket full of little gigs that I make.
Okay, but let me give the number to our control room. You just hold on, and they're going to take your number so to make sure I can contact you. Okay, but thank you for the call. Very enlightening. You take care. I'll be in contact. Yeah. So I mean, this art of thatching is really on the edge of being lost.
It is, because it's only the elderly's relay that is left, like Deal says. And I know Miss Marlena does a wonderful job. There's also Miss Eileen McLaughlin, that is amazing. If you see the slippers that Eileen makes from the thatch palm, she has a person from the States that buys them from her. She sells them overseas. The man calls and
That's
actually
fantastic.
make me 50 pairs of these things, 20 pairs of these things.
Her artwork is beautiful, if I can add. She will actually be at the event. She's one of many in the community that we've reached out to ask. So we're so grateful for all of them coming. They'll have their own little table and booths to display their items and to share with our guests the tradition of thatching and plaiting so that they can learn how it's done. We have some amazing items from Miss Eileen that will be in the silent auction, some baskets, hats, a fan, and they're just beautiful quality, as well as some other local artists have donated thatch items for the auction as well. So it's a really nice evening for us to all to come together to celebrate, to learn about the thatch rope making and the plaiting of thatch and just a history of Cayman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was just going to
Go ahead.
sorry. I was just going to say this tree is so special to Cayman, as everyone has said, because it's only found here. Nowhere else in the world is silver thatch found, and that's really important that we do protect it and preserve this heritage and teach this art to younger generations. Sorry, go ahead now.
No, I was just saying, and just going on from that is that, there's so many things that are made from the thatch palm. Everything from a doormat to a broom to a basket to a handbag to shoes to fans. Everybody used to have their thatch palm fan to go to church with.
All right, so I hope you were listening closely to that list that Robert just named out there, because we're going to take a break in a little bit here, but when we come back, we have 2 tickets to this event that we are going to give away, so stand by for the queue for that, and those 2 tickets worth a little money there. Right.
$125 value. However, if you're a National Trust member, if you were generally purchasing the tickets, you would get a 10% discount. So, yeah. And all those proceeds goes towards preserving our natural and built heritage. But as you said, yes, these tickets are free for a giveaway coming up soon.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back after these messages.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Kim Brack and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from April 13 to 17 at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.porterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
Grow your business with Breeze 105.3 FM and Radio Cayman. From spot packages to full campaigns, we've got rates that fit your budget and your goals. Email our sales team today, rcsales@gov.ky. That's rcsales@gov.ky. Let's get your message on air and reach listeners who trust us every day.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're talking about a National Trust event, Silver Thatch, a tapestry of nature and heritage. And right now, we're going to do a little giveaway. We actually have 2 tickets. We're going to give 2 tickets away to 2 separate callers. And so you're going to have to call to, and what's the question that we're going to give, Laura?
The first question is, please name 3 items that are made by Silver Thatch.
Okay, so the first person to call and tell us 3 items made from Silver Thatch can win this ticket, a $125 ticket to go to this event. So pick up the phone, give us a call, 1-800-534-8255. 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp 925-3261. And while we wait for that call, tell us a little bit about what the night is going to be like, the evening is going to be like.
Oh, it's going to be a great evening, a very great community event, a lot of celebration for our heritage and culture. We're going to have amazing food at the venue. So when you do purchase a ticket, that includes food, drinks, and valet parking. The food that we're going to have 2 food stations. One is by Miss Selma Lee, and the other is by Island Delights Catering. So some of the food that's going to be on the menu, and we are keeping it as authentic Cayman food, is Cayman-style beef sliders, marinated conch, saltfish fritters, patties, cassava cake, custard top cornbread, swanky, tamarind drink, and fruit punch, and some more goodies.
All right, so apparently every line has lit up.
Oh!
So we're going to take that first caller, and this is how it's going to go. So if the first caller that called has the correct answer, that person wins the ticket. Then, in a couple of minutes here, we're going to ask a second question for the second ticket, okay? So we're going to do this in order of who called. Let's see if that first caller has the correct answer. Good afternoon. Do you know the 3 products made from thatch, the Silver Thatch?
Good afternoon to everyone.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you have the answer?
Yes, basket, brooms, and hats.
Correct.
Okay.
BBH, baskets, brooms, and hats. Raymond Scott here.
All right, Raymond. Well, you got yourself to a ticket.
Thank you very much. And what is it?
It's an admission to the show, Raymond. So you got to get on the plane tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to come down tomorrow. Go. Raymond, are you going to be able to use it? Hello?
I will have to.
I mean, if you're not going to use it, we could take the second call. I mean, we don't want to, you don't, if you can't make it down to Grand Cayman, and it's tomorrow. Or Saturday, right? It's Saturday evening.
Is it transferable to my daughter?
Sure.
My daughter can pick it up for me.
Yeah, but is it going to be used?
Yes, correct.
No, what I want to know is, you're in the BRAC. Is the ticket going to be used? It's Saturday now, so you have to know that you're going to use the ticket. We don't want a ticket to just go and it's not used. I mean, if your daughter is going to use it, well, then that's good.
Yes, my daughter will use it. That is correct. Amelia Scott. Right?
Amelia Scott will pick up the ticket. Okay. All right.
Yes, understood.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right. In a couple of minutes, we're going to put out another question, and you can call and try and win the second ticket to this event on Saturday. It's going to be at the from 6 until 8:30 at the Cayman Collection Center, which is right across from the Crack Conch. And give us some more of what people can expect on the evening.
Well, the entrance ticket, obviously, is the entrance ticket to get in. It's our main source of where we're going to get, because what we're trying to do is to
just
put
bring
on.
your mic a little closer.
What we're trying to do is to put on a grand finale for our 40th anniversary, which is the same thing, I guess, as what Radio Cayman is doing, but 40th anniversary coming up. So we need funds, obviously. As we said, we're non-profit organization, so every dollar and every penny counts.
So some people will be saying probably, well, that's a pretty expensive ticket, $125, but they're going to have a good evening and some.
But they're going to have a good. They're going to have a good evening. It's going to be amongst artisans. It's going to be amongst members of the trust, and everybody's there. You can ask questions. How do I get involved with the trust? What it brings to me? What can I do for my country to preserve something for the future of where I am living?
Now, who are some of the people that are going to be doing demonstrations?
We have Miss Eileen McLaughlin. We have Miss Rosemay, we have Miss Olga, we have Mr. Banker. There's a lot of different people within the community that are coming out. So they'll have an opportunity to meet them and see them do the live demonstrations. Other activities that will be happening during the evening is the raffle. You can buy raffle tickets. You do need to be present to win your raffle prize at the drawing. We also have a silent auction and live auction. This is part of the way that we raise funds. In our live auction, we have some really great packages, such as a retreat in Cayman Brac. And that particular prize, if you want to bid on it, you can win, I believe it's 2 round-trip tickets, 2 nights stay at Captain's Retreat in Cayman Brac, which is a historic home. And you'll also have lunch there and a private tour of our natural and built heritage.
Will people be able to try their hand at some of these things?
Yeah, they're more than welcome. You get a paddle and you can bid on stuff. We also have an experience in Little Cayman. Again, it's 2 round-trip tickets, a 2-night stay at Southern Cross Club, and that also includes a tour of National Trust sites, both nature and heritage. So these are really unique prizes that we're trying to offer. In the silent auction, we have birding tours. So we were trying to think of ways that really got our community to go out and see the essence of Cayman, what's beautiful here, what's important, and what's treasured in our history and heritage.
And the ticket covers, it's all inclusive of the
food and drinks. Yeah.
Right?
Mise en Place is providing our Prosecco and wine bar. So when you come in, you'll get a welcome drink of Prosecco. You may have wine if you wish. It's a really nice evening. So lots of foods and drinks. And also your ticket does cover your valet parking. So that's really nice for people. Don't have to worry about parking.
So Laura, let's give away our second ticket here.
All right.
What question do you have for them on this second ticket?
Okay, so as we've been discussing throughout the show, how important silver thatch is. It's the national tree. It's also considered an endemic species. Is anyone able to tell us what that means?
Endemic.
Endemic.
Meaning of endemic. Okay, so one more ticket to give away. Give us the. Oh, we got a caller already. Oh. Okay. All right. Our first caller here. Good afternoon. do you have the definition of endemic? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, yes. What's the definition of endemic?
Being of our own indigenous Caymanian.
Raymond, let's take a second call, okay? You got the first ticket. Let's take a Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, we're looking for the definition of endemic to win our second ticket here to this event.
Endemic means that you can only find it here. It belongs here.
Well,
originated here, and you won't find it anywhere else.
Correct.
That's absolutely correct. So you're going to Silver Thatch, a tapestry of nature and heritage. What's your name, ma'am?
Vivia.
Vivia?
Yes, McLeod.
Okay. So your ticket will be here at Radio Cayman. And thank you so much for calling and getting the correct answer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. This is quite interesting what you guys are doing. So yes, I really wanted to follow and hear what's going on.
Well, you'll get even more information when you attend the event.
Right.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, all of you.
All right. You take
we'll
care.
See you there.
Thank you. See ya.
Yeah. So, is this an annual event?
Well, we do an annual fundraiser each year. We just changed this theme. Okay. So essentially, yes, this is our annual fundraiser each year, but we've changed the theme. So we're...
No, there are still people, like I know my wife has a Thatch handbag, which she's very proud of. A lot of that is still going on.
People are very proud of their handbags. Actually, Miss Eileen does a lot with the handbags as such. And they're very personalized because people can really make them, and, they do different styles and stuff with them. And I think there at the show, she'll have, I hope she does anyway, have a variety of styles and stuff that they can see. I mean, these things go everywhere from being the little small purses all the way up to a natural size bag, that they do with them. Mm-hmm. So,
and she has a beautiful one that's in the silent auction. It's more of a crossbody bag, like a messenger bag, but the artistry on that is just amazing. So that'll be in the silent auction that people are welcome to bid on. We do also have 2 hats that she's made. There are some other individuals who have donated thatch items, including various sizes of thatch baskets. And Miss Eileen will be there, so you can meet with her and see her other items on display.
So quite a few items to bid on.
Yeah, that are actually made of silver thatch, as well as a mix of other items from jewelry to experiences, boat charters, a lot of amazing prizes for people to bid on, a whole variety.
Real quick, remind people of what they're supporting. When they come and buy a ticket.
They're supporting the National Trust, and we preserve our natural and built heritage.
And tickets are available where?
Online at www.nationaltrust.org.ky, or they can come by our office in Dart Park and purchase tickets in person. Or on Saturday at the night of the event, they can just show up and buy a ticket right there at the door.
All right. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a wonderful time, and you're doing great work keeping, our heritage, our culture alive.
Thank you.
You have a great event, and thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Well, right now it is coming up on 1 o'clock, and that means we have to check in with our newsroom to see what's making headlines.
Covering Little Cayman, Kim and Bragg.
Cover me.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority. I'm April Cummings with your headlines. Cabinet has released its post-meeting summary from April 1st, highlighting a number of legislative and administrative decisions. Cabinet confirmed earlier approvals for amended visa and landing regulations and for the Proceeds of Crime Amendment Bill 2026, which is headed to Parliament. Ministers also approved drafting instructions to update anti-money laundering regulations to address identified deficiencies. In international headlines, U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 10-day pause in fighting between Israel and Lebanon, starting today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, following, quote, excellent conversations he had with each nation's leader. The truce follows nearly a month of war between Israel and the Iran-backed Hezbollah militant group in Lebanon. Nearly 2,200 people in Lebanon have been killed by Israeli airstrikes. A senior Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent in the U.S. is facing felony assault charges. He's accused of pointing his gun at two people during a traffic dispute on a Minneapolis highway. Prosecutors say 35-year-old Gregory Donald Morgan Jr. was driving an unmarked rental SUV on Minnesota State Highway 62 in February when he allegedly pulled alongside another car and aimed his service weapon at the occupants. The pair didn't know he was a federal officer, so they called 911 and later shared the video with investigators, leading to a warrant for his arrest on 2 counts of second-degree aggravated assault. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Cayman Brac artist Holroy Eric Lorenzo Walton, affectionately known as Roy, was born on August 13, 1936 in Bogasan, Cayman Brac. Roy's upbringing in the Cayman Islands, rich with maritime traditions, fueled his love for shipbuilding and the sea. From assisting in the collection of boat timbers to his involvement in the turtling industry, Roy's fascination with the sea was evident. At 16, he embarked on his seafaring career with Colonel Shipping and later with National Boat Carriers, where he honed his skills and drew inspiration from the ocean. Despite the demands of his career, Roy's passion for art flourished, creating paintings, sculptures, and crafts that captured the essence of maritime life in the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Let's hear it for your Wildcat cheerleaders.
Aunt Angie, weren't you a cheerleader?
The best in the Western Hemisphere, until I attempted that switch kick, double twist roundhouse.
Huh?
Exactly. I must have been in the air for 20 seconds before I fell into that snare drum. I set a world record, though, and thankfully I could trust the CG Medical Portal with my claims. All 37 of them.
The CG Medical Portal. Safe and secure. CG Brit K. Good like that.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and here's a weather update. 83 degrees here in Georgetown. It feels like 89, and the wind out of the east-northeast at almost 19 knots. Today's forecast is for a partly cloudy afternoon, and we can expect fair weather this evening and tonight with winds at 15 to 20 knots out of the northeast. And boaters, take note, a small craft advisory is in effect. Seas are moderate to rough with wave heights running 4 to 6 feet. And taking a look at the weather, the radar here at the 30-mile limit there, a little few spots of rain in our region. And taking a look at the sister islands, looks a few spots of small patches of rain over by the sister islands also. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Not bad. Have you had your cup of tea?
No tea, but coffee.
Mr. Glidden, I listened to you say your concluding of your shows, and you usually say one love.
Yeah.
And I assume you're a big fan of Bob Marley.
Of course.
But what I'm also trying to say is there's something that I've been looking into, because, my name is Brown. And Bob Marley sings about Mr. Brown, and I think Mistress Brown, right?
Going downtown.
Yeah. But there's something that I want you to check if you have your computer in front of you, and if you want to read it, if you so please.
What's that?
Brown clan motto.
The Brown clan motto?
Uh-huh.
Well, tell us about it.
Well, have you checked it?
Let's see what it says. This is from your clan, the Clan Brown. Floret Majestas, which translates from Latin to let majesty flourish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And is there anything else that you see, or?
The motto reflects the family's claim descent from French royalty. That's what I see. What were you getting at?
Yeah, it said French and Scottish royalty. That's what looking at, and I didn't.
So you are of royal descent?
I couldn't say that, but I've heard about the Ebanks. Older Caymanian used to tell me.
No, that's a mystery.
Coming from some royal people that were shipwrecked in Cayman, also, a lot of people related to Ebanks in Cayman.
Well, yeah, it's St. Elizabeth in Jamaica too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's some very interesting history that has to do. I like to talk. I know a lot about history and stuff, Cayman and history, which has to do with quite a few different countries, and then it's only growing more and more these days. And I also want to say to Mr. Charlo, my name is Craig Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see on the internet there's a gentleman who wrote a story about Her Majesty, the late Queen Elizabeth. Craig Brown, he wrote quite a few books, A Voyage Around the Queen also. And it's all about Craig Brown today. There's a town in Jamaica called Craig Town, right?
I didn't know that, but
And Brownstown.
Brownstown, yeah.
There's a little bit of joking today, serious jokes.
All right, well.
Cayman has some serious history, Mr. Charlo, that when you look into it, you say, geez, man, we got to live a lot better.
Okay. We always have, there's always room to live better.
So I got a little good introduction for Robert, and let him know about the royal story about the e-bikes as well.
Okay, I never heard the one about the e-banks as being royal, but
yeah,
e-banks is everywhere.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Even undercover.
You're right.
I'm an undercover e-banks.
Oh yeah.
All right, thanks for the call.
Okay, sir.
You take care. Okay. And we have another caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon, Charlo.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, man, it's just enjoying another day,
Mm-hmm. Another day in paradise?
Rain, but, yeah, well, I'm just hoping I get some rain now to really cool it off,
Yeah, rain coming. April showers are on the way.
Yeah, man, I know up here, Selkirk Road. I can tell it any time, but from a long time ago, when I feel certain breezes blowing around the place. Old time people used to say, rain coming.
Yeah.
All the breezes and things are just blowing up the rain, Yeah, man. Boy, anytime I hear about the touch, I have to put in 2 words in it.
Mm-hmm. Stirs something up in you, right?
Yeah, man. All the plotting and things like that. It just started here a couple of years ago, because I remember, Chalo, as a little youth, staying up all 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I would fall asleep. And my mother and I guess all of them around in that neighborhood there, twisting.
Yeah.
From Monday till Thursday, twisting, and you have the strand to get the rope prepared on Friday afternoon, and Saturday morning we go on Central West Bay, and we have enough money that it can take us through the week with food again from that strand. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember all of that, man. Some real hard work. But those days, we had the youth involved. Visit, the elders wasn't doing it alone, but man, Charlotte.
Yeah, well, it took a lot of hands to get it done.
Yeah, Charlotte, there was some, especially the women, man. There was some strong women them times, my boy. You would imagine walking from West Bay and all that, but we stand on that road them time there, and all them mosquitoes to cut touch. And walk back to West Bay again. Hey, Charlo, man, let me tell you, my brethren, I don't want nobody to feel offended, but I don't really have them type of woman today no more, I won't even know that. Yeah, because the closest woman I see to them is the Jamaican woman today. The Jamaican woman is a tough woman, man, let me tell you. But they're the closest I see today to the woman them that I grew up beside in Cayman them times.
Back in the 1950s.
Yeah. Real hardcore, man. Real hardcore, Charlie.
Well, there were some hard times. I mean, you like you say, you had to go in to the bush and, into the thatch and cut the tops and bring them back out in a thatch basket, one of those big ground baskets, right?
Yes.
And a heavy load walking out.
Boy, imagine the mosquitoes them time ago, Chalo.
Oh yeah.
The mosquitoes was fire pot everywhere you go. You have to carry it because if you don't, you get smothered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, Chalo, what you say? Tomorrow is the big day.
Yeah, 50 years, man.
Boy, Chalo,
we're going to be giving out prizes. We're going to be talking some history.
Sometimes, Chalo, I go ask myself, where has it gone? 50 years.
Gone like in a flash.
Yeah. Yes, man. Well, Chalo, I have a little. You going to take some calls tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because I have a little short story to put on Radio Cayman tomorrow.
About Radio Cayman or what?
Yeah, everything is about Radio Cayman.
Yeah.
Man. But I had in that year I had a son born in March, my first son.
Mm-hmm.
Born in March. But I have the greatest memories of being in my workshop listening to Lomax Rankin.
Yeah.
On the breakfast session.
I'm expecting him to be on the show.
Yeah, and I felt so good when 12 o'clock came to hear you or Pastor Allison on the midday news. It was something that I looked forward to every day for 50 years, Chalo, and I never moved my dial because it's still on Radio Cayman.
I hear you.
It's a different radio, but it's still there. Yeah,
still
let me tell you, Chalo,
different radio, same frequency.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't go any further visit today, but back in the 80s, this is why I love Radio Cayman so much. It saved my life, man.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, yes. And a special lady, she's still there. I remember. Anyway, tomorrow I will tell that short story.
Okay.
While congratulating my schoolmate at Oxford Banks, man. Great job, Lux. It only takes West Wales to do this kind of work, man.
Yeah, well, they're going to name the building after him.
Yeah. That's a great achievement, Chalo, and I'm so happy to know that it's a West Bay that really achieved this. You understand?
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Yeah, man. Anyway, have a good afternoon, old buddy.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yes. Tomorrow. Well, yeah. It is Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow, Friday, the 17th. That is the actual 50 years of when the station went live. They did their first test broadcast, and Radio Cayman was officially on the air. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. And all day long, Radio Cayman is going to be giving prizes, some good prizes from what I'm hearing that they've managed to get from some of our clients. So be sure to tune in, and you can try to get a hold of some of those prizes tomorrow. And we're going to be having some of the original RC crew from 50 years ago. They were here when the station went on the air. They served here for quite a while, and we're going to be reflecting on the 50 years that have gone by, and what really seems like a flash of light. I guess time flies when you're having fun, right? But that's tomorrow, right here in Talk Today. We're going to be celebrating with some of the original people who started Radio Cayman tomorrow, so be sure and tune in for that. And we have someone on the line, so let's hear what's on their mind. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Hello.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm fine, and you?
Oh, giving thanks. Another miles to another day.
All right.
Not much, I had to come along, but what I want to talk about is, I don't know if it's possible, but I see I've got something on the news about the parrotfish making stand. On the back, eat up the coral, bite up the coral, what they can't digest to put it in fine stand. Well, that is true.
Yeah.
But I would think that they should stop catching these parrotfish because it ain't too many of them left, and they are the providers of the beach, of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to them many times on the water, biting up the coral myself, and I know that from donkey years. But it ain't too many of them left, and people go out just to catch them, to kill them. Have you seen this sun?
So, I mean, what's spurred this thing where people are killing so many parrotfish to eat?
Well, I don't know, but I think the government should. I don't know if they can or not. But
I mean, that's not known as a fish that you at least traditionally in Cayman, right? That you eat.
No, it's not that much of a delicacy either.
Yeah.
But they need. I don't know. I think they need to try to see if they can put a stop on it, because if you see the sun, it start to go off, to drop off, Charlo.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming back,
Right, it gone to where you don't want to go.
Yeah, you can't go there. So if you see that go off, to drop off, So these things, what provides this to the island, all they got like parrotfish. They're a big thing. They're going to back the stand. I think they should try to put some kind of ban on catching them or doing something with them to keep up from killing them, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, like you say, they create sand by
They do.
by chewing up the coral.
That's where the sand comes from. They're the ones who made it. But one time it was, I would say, millions of parrotfish sitting around the island. They're not there no more. The big red bellies, the big blue ones, we call them tumpers, and all that kind of thing. I don't see one no more. They're not around no more. Everything is gone.
I mean, are they serving them in restaurants? Or are it just certain people that like these parrotfish? I mean, what's going on?
I just saw it on our news flash a while ago, and I can't remember where the restaurant was, but the guy filleted it off, and they're telling you that is the fish that make the stand for the beach. But they're also a good delicacy, they say. They're not that much of a delicacy, but they had them filleted off in the restaurant. They filleted them off and said the good fried, the good this, the good that.
Okay. Well,
it's only them that make the stand out there.
Well, I mean, if they're being eaten in that amount, I mean, there must be, a real effort to try and use them. I mean, I know sometimes we have certain nationalities that they eat that what we would not eat, but I don't know if that's the cause of it.
Well, I talked to some people the other day. They're on you by the millions. I'm not going to call no name of nobody, but they said to me, they say, I see you fishing. I say, yeah, I go fishing. But I go outside there and try to catch a couple of ocean toads. Something out in the ocean. I don't catch them little 2-inch and 3-inch things like what you all catch. He laughed. He said he went fishing too, but he only went by the reef and he catch some parrotfish. I say, yes. That's not a good thing to brag about, because it's only the parrotfish that make the stand.
Well, hopefully that it becomes noticed by the right people who can, if we need to ban the fishing of parrotfish, that it can be done.
I hope it falls on somebody else who's right. I mean, any place else in the world you go, you got ban on things that they don't want destroyed. Ban on things. I don't see why you can't do it.
Well, maybe if you know who to bring that to their attention, would be a good thing.
Well,
the conservation people must be aware of something like that going on, though.
I don't know if there is or not, but I have a meeting with somebody this weekend. Supposed to be. I'm gonna see if I can drop it by them also. since I just saw it on the radio where they're catching them and skinning them off and filleting them off and talking about eating them the sweet fried and all kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got to drop it by them, hear what they're saying. I mean,
All right. Well, let us know.
all right, yeah. Until I get back here and back, you know what kind of answers I get.
Okay. Do that.
All right. Have a good evening.
You take care. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, man. You too.
And let's take another call here. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk today.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Yes, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, just taking another hard day easy,
Like that.
Yeah, all the breeze kind of keeping me cool, man.
Yeah, quite windy out there.
Yeah, very, very windy. I mean, I love it still. We need it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep all the, blow off all the dust that's been accumulated. Hopefully the rain will come in soon.
Rain is on the way.
Yeah, man. Last night had a little bit of rain in West Bay, but that wasn't too long. I would like to know if this is true. This disease, cholera.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw something about that.
Okay.
Is what was detected? Some cholera case detected in Cayman.
Mm-hmm. I just seen it. It just posted an hour or two ago. I just seen something on it. But thinking about that cholera virus, the disease. I mean, it's a bacteria, and what else is a bacteria? Some of the repellents that they're using for the mosquito spray, and
Really?
Yeah, and it's a couple of different methods that they use, but one that I know for sure is a bacteria. And the last thing anybody needs is a foreign bacteria in their bodies. A lot of the activities of humans in Cayman, especially outside of work, is during the night. And those are the times that usually this bacteria is released. But you ever get misdiagnosed before, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It happens. But let me just break in on you a little bit here, okay? Because I just got told something that the landfill. We're getting reports that the landfill is on fire, and so if you're heading toward Esterly Tibbetts, you might want to reroute yourself to avoid Esterly Tibbetts, because we're getting reports that the landfill is on fire, visible flames. So you might want to avoid that area if you are on the roads and we're heading toward Esterly Tibbetts to come into town or going out of town there. So landfill fire is taking place right now. So that's we'll if we can get more information, we'll update you. So you were saying you were talking about being misdiagnosed.
Yeah. So some of the symptoms, what they say, is caused by drinking and eating food that are contaminated by this bacteria, and a lot of it is caused by either not handling food properly, not washing your hands and stuff like this. I mean, honestly speaking, when it comes into some of the things that we find in our people, when it comes into the illnesses, because the lack of knowledge of certain sanitary ways, we tend to fall victim to it. But I still hear dealing with a little respiratory issue when it comes into after the mosquito spray is done in the areas that I am at. And I wonder how many times do the mosquito research unit ever come to a conclusion where they would say, it's making the people sick, and it is not that they don't know about it, because there's a lot of people that do have issues with this. Maybe they don't complain about it as much because they feel like complaining won't help.
You're talking about the spray, the spray that the MRCU is using?
Yes, sir.
Where did you get this information that a bacteria is actually in that spray?
Well,
it sounds strange to use a bacteria in something like that. I mean, there's good bacteria also. Not all bacteria is bad. But
yeah, but
where did you pick that up?
Bacteria, I got it from MRCU themselves. So I ask a lot of questions, and I tend to get a lot of answers as well. So because I'm not gonna ask stupid questions.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I look at it, right, there's bacteria that are not meant for your body, and what they tend to do is try to come out. But once something is in our body, we tend to react to it, like either through coughing, sneezing, peeing, doing a number 2, stuff like this. And it might be unusual in a long period of time. And sometimes people tend to get dehydrated during these times and don't handle themselves proper, especially taking rest and, the rest of the things that they should be doing. And, when you go to the doctor, they'll give you a pill. And when you take that pill, it counterreacts with something else that your body has naturally to defend itself. So it shuts down something to make something else works. I'm not speculating. So what I'm just saying is that, to me, it's concerning that we have all of these disease outbreaks when we're supposed to have a healthy living. So who is doing this unhealthy actions?
Well, good question.
Because it might be good to retrace who, where, and why is it happening.
Well, I mean, I guess the people that are to ask is the MRCU. I mean, they must know what any side effects that this thing would cause. That you're saying a bacteria is in there, but we'll have to look into that further. I got to take a break though, but thanks for the call. You take care.
All right.
We got to take a break, but someone just sent us some video that you got that's a good little fire going out there at the landfill. We'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Did you know the MMR vaccine protects children against measles, mumps, and rubella, 3 highly contagious viral diseases? Measles can cause serious complications such as pneumonia and brain inflammation. Under the updated National Immunization Schedule, the first dose of MMR vaccine will now be given at 12 months instead of 15 months, providing earlier protection for children. Vaccination trains the immune system to fight infections, keeping family and communities healthy. Ask your healthcare provider about the updated schedule today. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Environment, and Sustainability and the Public Health Department.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
This April, experience more than fashion. Experience culture, creativity, and community. Cayman In Style Fashion Week 2026 returns April 23rd to the 26th. A 4-day celebration of innovation, wellness, and global excellence. From the Global Fashion Summit to the Bridal Couture Exhibition, runway shows, and the Trailblazer Awards Gala, where ideas, talent, and opportunity meet. Supporting youth through the Creative Fashion School and sustainability through Protect Our Future. Get your tickets now at CaymanInStyleFashionWeek.com. Cayman In Style Fashion Week 2026, where culture meets creativity.
Happy 50th anniversary Radio Cayman. What an enormous legacy that has been made by Radio Cayman. God bless all of the employees, past and present, that have made Radio Cayman special. So as we celebrate this 50th anniversary, as we celebrate improvements and renovations to Radio Cayman, let's be thankful for the first 50 years, and Lord willing, ingenuity willing, collaboration willing, another 50 for Radio Cayman. Happy anniversary.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Well, I'll tell you what's on my mind. The fire that's happening at the landfill. And someone sent us some video of what's happening at the landfill. Thank you for sending that in, by the way. Appreciate that. But yeah, a lot of billowing black smoke coming from the landfill. And this is the second flare-up that we've had just in recent weeks here. What was it, last week we had one? I know it was sometime recently. And again, it's when we have things like this, that you're driving along Esterly Tibbetts and you see a column of black smoke coming from the landfill, that once again it is brought to our attention that we got to do something. I think it was last year they said something about we had 5 years of capacity left. So now we've got 4, and the clock is ticking, and more people are coming to Cayman, producing more garbage, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of plan taking place, unless it's somewhere in some room, someplace that we don't know about. But hey, this obviously highlights the seriousness of the situation at the landfill, and we got to do something. We have to, take the bull by the horns, as they would say, and put something in place here. Let's take a call. I think we got someone on the WhatsApp line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Mr. Glidden, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
Not too bad. Enjoying the weather, beautiful weather.
Yeah.
Up in the countryside and watching you there with your Studson felt hat. That's that's a special one, right?
Yeah.
They call it a Studson felt hat. That's not an ordinary felt hat, right?
Right.
That's a Studson one. But yeah, I was thinking about I don't hear no one mentioning Avery Eden. Remember, he was on there for a time, and I think
he's going to join us
on your morning show. Pardon?
I think he might be joining us tomorrow.
Yeah, and sometime on your morning show, especially the morning show, he used to come on sometime after you. All of them used to play my music, but you see, tomorrow is a special. Will be OC part of that too, or just on your show?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's. Yeah, well, the whole day we're going to be giving out prizes and celebrating the 50th anniversary. I'm not sure what OC's show has plans for, but I just know that on Talk Today are going to be having some of the original Radio Cayman staff on here reflecting on what it was like to be starting up a brand new station in the Cayman Islands.
Yep, and I was I listening tuna from those days back, way back with Lomax and Mr. Loxley and all of those, Yep, Cayman radio station got a nice history, very good history, and always playing a lot of country music and Jamaican music. But many years in the early years, the radio came on. It was a lot of country music.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember back then there was a lot of national bulk. A man that used to send in requests as well from Bonaire area there. Radio Bonaire,
Oh, I remember Radio Bonaire.
Send messages and stuff, man. So Cayman radio station got a nice history. So I hope I'll get a chance to call in tomorrow.
All right.
But if not,
make sure
you
and tune
remember
in.
me.
Always remember you, George.
That was a good one, sir.
You
and
too.
I got through with it. I got through with that number that I was looking for.
Fantastic.
I Googled it. I went on YouTube and found it.
All right. Okay.
Yep,
Thank God for the internet.
Thank you. Yes,
Take
sir.
care.
Have a good one, Mr. Glidden. Okay.
All right. Take care.
To you tomorrow.
Let's take another call. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, you're on the air. Good afternoon.
Hey, Charles, it's Notch. How are you?
All right, and you?
All right. Wanted to call to say congratulations to Radio Cayman on 50 years.
Thank you.
I'm glad to know that I contributed to some of the positive moments in that 50 years. As a matter of fact, I just released a single. I think I sent you a copy of it. It's called Holy Train.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were there when the Juveniles first released You Mystical Lady back in 1981. As I recall it, my first.
Actually, you and the Juveniles, and I actually had a historic moment on Radio Came Out on the Breakfast Show. Do you remember it?
Well, I remember coming to go on air before I went to school.
That was it. That was it. You guys were on your way to school, and I had invited you to join me on the breakfast show. And that was like the first time that had been done. It's like having local artists come on to the breakfast show for a quick interview. And I had invited you guys, and you showed up there in your school uniforms and all fascinated with being in a radio station.
It was really special back then, I mean, the Juveniles created a lot of history, man. I mean, I think we're the first Cayman band, boy Cayman band, young Cayman band to ever record an album and to publish it and have those things. So, I mean, there's a lot of firsts for the Juveniles and Radio Cayman, and also for myself. I mean, like I said, I think Radio Cayman is a radio station that first played any of my recordings after the Juveniles. So I wanted to say thank you for that and for the support over the years, and hopefully it'll continue. I just released a single called Holy Train, and I'm hoping that I'll hear that more on the on the airwaves. My album Reggae Man is out there, available on all digital platforms, and Radio Cayman has been pretty instrumental in supporting it, at least giving it some airtime. A lot of the commercial radio stations in Cayman don't really support local artists, or you're not as much as consistent as Radio Cayman does. So I'd like to say thank you on behalf of all of the local recording artists. As president of the Music Association, I'd really like to say that we're really appreciative of Radio Cayman, and we would like to make sure that partnership continues. But I really called about something else today as well, and I need to get this off my chest. I just traveled and I came back to the island, and I was at the airport. I was told that the bus, I didn't drive to the airport because I was gone for a while, and I wanted to take public transport home.
Yeah.
Just to try it even, and I was told that the number 3 bus went to the airport for sure, and I could catch that bus and I could get home. And I get to the airport and I come through customs and immigration, and I get to find out that the number 3 bus doesn't go to the airport at all. And I'm wondering, why is it in this day and age in our country with this growing population that public transport does not support a route, or the persons who are the operators of that public transport route do not patronize the airport? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, you would think a bus would pass through there. It's, you know.
I had to pay $20 for a taxi to get to the bus depot in town, only to hear at the bus depot that no more buses were running to West Bay. And then...
And what time of day is this?
This is 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And then I had to pay the taxi again to take me back into town by Funky Tangs, where I found a bus driver who was sitting there waiting to go to West Bay. And that bus driver ended up taking me. So I was like, well, I don't... Nobody had any answers. None of these guys are... They maybe Caymanian by paper or something, but I don't know who they are personally. And they couldn't give me any answers as to why there was no patronage. And I thought about it, and I said, well, I need to come out and say something about it. I don't know how to get in touch with the Public Transportation Board personally, but I hope someone is listening and someone can really address that issue, because it's something that needs to be addressed. I just took a public transport the other day just to see what the experience was like. And there was a sign up on the bus saying that the fares are being increased. And as far as I know, in our country, bus fares can only be increased by cabinet. And I hadn't heard about anything gazetted or anything that said that the bus fares were increased. So that caught me off guard, and I was like, oh, wow, it looks like people can just, on their own now, on their own whims and fancy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's cabinet, but I would think the Transportation Board would have something to say about whether, fees are going to be increased.
Well, things in Cayman change rapidly, but in the past, it used to be the cabinet. I remember that specifically, because I remember when the bus fares changed from $1 to $2, it was a cabinet directive. Look, and I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying it's not time for the bus fares to be increased. I mean, gasoline prices are going up, cost of living is going up. We just got a minimum wage, so maybe it is time. But at least in Cayman, let's do it the way that, when in Rome, do things the way things are. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When you're in Cayman, you need to do things the way Caymanians do. And as far as I know, it was the authority for raising fees had to come from cabinet.
Well, thanks for highlighting once again that, we need to improve our public transport greatly. We need a proper public transport system in place. Well, listen, I got to go because I got to get a break in here before I run out of time, okay?
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for calling.
And once again, congratulations to Radio Cayman on that milestone of 50 years. It makes me feel quite old.
All right.
Easy, my brother.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
CUC is celebrating 60 years, and we're taking the energy up a notch. Don't miss our anniversary surprise May 1st on empoweringcayman.com.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Are you ready to be inspired? Calling all marketers, creatives, and visionaries. Join SIMPA's 12th annual marketing conference, Level Up, Marketing's New Formula, happening April 17th and 18th at Hotel Indigo. Discover the latest trends in marketing innovation, sharpen your skills in hands-on workshops, and connect with global industry leaders who are changing the game. Plus, celebrate the best of Cayman's marketing and creative professionals at the SIMPA Awards Gala, honoring the brightest minds in the field. Don't miss out. Secure your tickets now at simpa.ky.
Brought to you by the Department of Tourism, Airview Media, DART, Health City, Compass Media, Armada Films, Signs of Paradise, Caribbean Creations, the Department of Communications, and Radio Cayman.
This April 25th, join Triple C School for a night of joy, celebration, and giving back. It's the Faith to Soar at 84 Celebration Gala at the Family Life Center on Academy Way, Georgetown. Seating starts at 6:30 p.m., so arrive early. Enjoy a delicious Cayman-style menu with fish, turtle, conch, chicken, and Cayman-style beef, plus all the trimmings. Be ready for amazing performances by the UCCI Performing Arts Ensembles, Triple C Band, and Choir. And don't miss your chance at spot prices. Tickets are just $100. Smart casual attire. And all proceeds go towards the Triple C Scholarship Fund. Come celebrate 84 years of faith, community, and excellence. Because together we soar. We soar.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let me just read a WhatsApp message here. This one's going back to when we were talking about the thatch. This lady says, yes, sadly, this aspect of our traditional cultural heritage is in serious danger because of various developers destroying the trees while quickly clearing the land, as recently happened on the Walker's Road development. Also, many of our best traditional artisans still practicing this silver thatch craft are now elderly. And she also commented on the parrotfish. Sadly, the parrotfish are on the menu of a number of local restaurants and cafes. So I guess the parrotfish have suddenly become popular on the restaurant menus. We have some callers on the line, so let's check in with them. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello,
Mr.
you're on the air.
Good afternoon.
Yes, haven't heard from you in a while.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I got to pick on you a little bit.
Okay.
Charles, why are we building more roads?
Because all those cars are coming in.
So they can bring more cars in.
Well, the cars are coming. The people are coming, and they're bringing in cars.
This makes no sense whatsoever, Charles, and you know that as well as I and everybody else, right?
Well, give me an example.
It makes me go, well, okay. I've known you for a long time. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And you should not get involved in things that you don't know nothing about, Charles. I'm talking about that round design there by King Sports Center. Did you design that?
I was only the consultant.
You were only the consultant.
Not really. Before someone takes me seriously.
Every time I know nobody would do that seriously, but I don't know who are doing the designs of these roundabouts, but I mean, they don't have a clue what they are doing. And we need to get someone that knows about these things, that have had experience of countries that had these things for hundreds of years, and they work so efficiently and well. I mean, when we build a roundabout, it's not a roundabout. I notice now that big one, that big old piece of land there going up by Denham Thompson Way, they just put a house on that.
Yeah, that's the Llewellyn House.
That's a tourist attraction or what?
But that's the old Llewellyn House that they moved from downtown.
Why did they put it there, Charles?
I suppose, I have no information on it, but I would think that they're going to preserve that house, and they're probably going to develop the center of that roundabout, and that's going to be probably a feature piece on it or something.
Is that going to be done in our lifetime, or?
Well, I imagine so.
Well, I guess we can hope, right?
I mean, it's a big center there. I mean, the vegetation in there is a pretty good section of land.
Why don't they just put some apartments or some condos there or something?
Well, I don't know if that would work.
Makes no sense, right? Charles, I just want to make a correction. On Monday, I called into OC station. He had some gentlemen there from the traffic department, and I called in about people using their indicators.
Oh boy!
And my other complaint was that people are parking on the wrong side of the road, facing the traffic vehicles, right? But the way the one of the officers understood it was that I meant that people parking on the left side facing the right direction. No, I didn't mean that also, because you shouldn't be parked on the highway for any amount of time. If your vehicle is broke down, there should be a certain amount of time you're allowed to get off the highway. And I know exactly what he was talking about, because there was a truck broke down by the Red Bay Primary School. But I was talking about all of these landscape people that parks on the wrong side of the road facing the traffic coming to them. That should not be allowed, Charles. Right? Because it's all a matter of time before there can be some serious accidents with these people, because they have no regard or no respect for how they park. I mean, half the time they park their vehicles, and you know how the ostrich protects himself.
He puts his head down on the ground, yeah.
And what about, where's the rest of him? Out. The rest of him is, he don't care about.
Oh, the rest of the bird. Yeah. If he can't see you, he thinks you can't see him.
Exactly. So these are how, this is the mentality that these people that drive sometimes, and you look at the vehicles, the back of the vehicle is way out in the middle of the road, and the front part of the car is almost in their driveway. I mean, I cannot comprehend, for Christ's sake, why are these people being allowed to be on our roads, and then we are building more roads for more people like this? No, Charles.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you got some good people up at NRA with some good knowledge. You got to be fair to them. But I mean, the traffic, the cars keep coming, and Cayman is a growing place, and I guess they're trying to keep up with the traffic.
You cannot keep up with it, Charles.
Well, you got to try.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's like I-95 in Miami, right? They've been building that for the last 50 years. It's always got some work going on it.
Here's an analysis. You have a house, right? And you got 3 bedrooms. You and your wife share one, and let's say you got 2 kids. All right?
Mm-hmm.
3 bedrooms, one for you, one for each kid. Right? Okay. Maybe you might be able to put a certain amount of bunk beds in your kids' room that you could put 3 or 4 in it, right? But after you get like 10 people in there, can you get any more people inside of your house and you can be comfortable?
No.
We as Caymanians, Charles, are not comfortable on the roads of this country anymore because we have no thinking minds.
I guess that's why we need more roads.
Oh my God! Come on, Charles.
Listen, I got a break. I got the news. It's 2:00, so I got to go to the newsroom. Thanks for calling. Be right back after the news.
Yesterday, today, always and forever. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market. A fire is underway at the Georgetown landfill at this hour. The call came in just after 1:20 this afternoon. No injuries were reported. Crews are on the scene and smoke is visible from the roadway. No road closures at this time. We'll bring you more information as it comes in. Good afternoon, I'm Dion Anglin with your headlines. Cutting prices on Doritos, Lay's, Tostitos, and Cheetos helped PepsiCo win back customers after backlash over rising costs. First quarter sales rose 8.5% to $19.4 billion, following price cuts of up to 15% ahead of the Super Bowl. And the Duchess of Sussex says she was the most trolled person in the world for a decade. Speaking in Melbourne, she and the Duke of Sussex highlighted the harms of social media and voiced support for Australia's under-16 social media ban. That's a wrap of your headlines. I'm Dion Anglin.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Are you ready to be inspired? Calling all marketers, creatives, and visionaries. Join SIMPA's 12th annual marketing conference, Level Up, Marketing's New Formula, happening April 17th and 18th at Hotel Indigo. Discover the latest trends in marketing innovation, sharpen your skills in hands-on workshops, and connect with global industry leaders who are changing the game. Plus, celebrate the best of Cayman's marketing and creative professionals at the SIMPA Awards Gala, honoring the brightest minds in the field. Don't miss out. Secure your tickets now at simpa.ky.
Brought to you by the Department of Tourism, Airview Media, DART, Health City, Compass Media, Armada Films, Signs of Paradise, Caribbean Creations, the Department of Communications, and Radio Cayman.
Hi, I'm Tommy from TCE Paint Shop, a longtime listener and customer of Radio Cayman. I have treasured memories of distinct voices of former Members of staff of Radio Cayman, which include Ken Smith, Doran Miller, Lomax Rankin, Joyanne Rollins, Tessa Bodden, Alton Ebines, Edith Bush, Paulette Connolly, Norma McField, and the voice of Radio Cayman, Mr. Loxley Banks. Happy anniversary, Radio Cayman, and thank you for 50 years of service to our island.
You are a child of the universe.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Here's the weather update. It's 84 degrees here in Georgetown. Feels like 90. Wind out of the east-northeast at about 17 knots. Forecast calling for a partly cloudy afternoon, but fair weather tonight with winds out of the northeast at 15 to 20 knots. Small boaters, take note. Small craft advisory is in effect. We have rough seas, wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. And one of our listeners is reporting here by WhatsApp that he says Harkwell, but I guess that's the Esterly-Tibbetts Highway by ALT is blocked by the police. That's going toward Cayman Bay from A.L. Thompson. So you might have to be rerouting yourself there because of the fire at the landfill. And a good little amount of smoke, and it's blazing down there. We do have some callers that's been patiently waiting. Let's check in with them. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. Hello? Robert? Robert, are you there? I guess he got tired of waiting. Maybe, hello? All right, we'll see if we can get back to him. Let's take another call. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Good afternoon.
I'm just calling in to touch on a few things. I hope I don't take up too much of time.
Go ahead.
Yes, I just want to say thanks for the Radio Cayman, the 50-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it has served many good purposes. And I just want to say thank all those that have been there before and those that are still there. All like you know, is right there, and others. And also I want to thank you for the good use for the Radio Cayman that, you know, on special occasions, giving some good gospel songs and good preaching on the Lord's Day, which is Sunday, and go right on. You know, it's a useful station. I would say that it's one of the best radio stations that's out. So I would pass that on, and thank God for all those other ones that had called before, and those that may wish to call and never get to call. We pray that we bless them just the same. And I just want to say this about the fire burning down there on the landfill, that pray the good Lord will help them to get through good with the fire, to get it out and out, and there wouldn't be no damages being made to no harm to nobody. And also I want to touch a little bit on the touch rope.
Okay.
And they were speaking about it. There was straw walking, the touching, and so on. I said they need to take good care of the touch trees because they're getting very scarce, and that way you get the touch rope and the touch palms and whatever it is, the baskets and hats. Thank God for those two that still trying to keep up the tradition, you know. And I was one of them that was right there to help my parents get some rope laid and put it on my shoulders and take it up to West Bay and get a few groceries and try to get back home. I mean, you know, it was just, some people say they were beating mosquitoes and whatever, but anyway, God made us pull through it. And
so
also,
when you took the rope out to West Bay?
That rope was I think they used to ship to Jamaica. I mean, being able to go out to other parts of the world, but especially to Jamaica to get groceries there with the shopkeepers, and they buy the rope from the people and they send the rope to Jamaica, and Jamaica send us back then groceries and whatever you want from it. I guess if you want the cash, you get the cash too.
So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. When you took the rope out to West Bay, you sold it to somebody out there in West Bay?
We're hanging up somewhere in there for a decoration. So, okay then, Mr. A lot more I could talk about, but I give somebody else a chance.
Yeah, well, sir, I had a question for you. When you took the rope out to West Bay, you sold it to someone?
And then all to the wars up there in the Middle East, and it's spreading up throughout the world.
All right. Well, thank you for your kind words, sir. Have a good afternoon. We have
God bless.
All right. Take care. Did the other caller ever come back? Hello? You're on the air. All right. We lost that one. WhatsApp message here, and this is going back to the thatch. Good morning, Mr. Charles. I'm just tuning in. I love the discussion. My grandmother, Rose May Ebanks, is one of the best I know for her thatch work in West Bay. I still remember how to do it. Thank God I'm only 33, and she showed me how to since I was a little boy. The intro of our younger generation is so important because when they are so eager to learn new things and get so excited as I used to still is not just so much, but it's really lovely to know there's businesses that thrive on thatch up to today. And I pray it lives on forever, as it's so rare in the Cayman Islands for our youth. And commented on the roundabout that I did not consult on. He says, that's the worst 8 about, not roundabout, but 8 about I've ever seen in my life. If anything, it's the first in the world. A figure 8. And I've also noticed a lot of L drivers on the road by themselves, causing danger to people at nights, also the day, but nights too, alone. How is that? It's ridiculous. But yes, as I've just been told in my ear, maybe it has the L sign on it, but maybe that's the fully licensed driver driving at night there. But who knows? Who knows? Things happen. And once again, if you did not hear about this, there is a fire at the landfill, and one of our listeners reported that the police have Esterly Tibbetts blocked from Ale Thompson roundabout there, going toward Cayman Bay, so they're diverting traffic. So you might take that into account as you're on the road out there going from place to place. Let's go ahead and take our little break here. Be right back. Oh, there's no break right now? I thought we had a break. Well, let's see what else we have going on here. Yesterday we had a call from someone, and she was saying that she had been told by a very reliable source about an incident at one of the major construction sites along West Bay Road there, where some construction workers working in a basement, and I guess there was a lack of ventilation, and it got so hot that people were actually fainting. They had workers, who were fainting on the job because of the heat was so much in the basement that they just passed out. And she was saying, why are these people getting away with this? And was there no law against this? Well, there actually is. Employees are charged with the law of, being responsible for the safety of their employees. The employers must take reasonable steps to ensure health, safety, and welfare at work, including providing proper facilities. And actually, if employees cannot be subjected to detriment if they leave or refuse to return to work if they reasonably believe it is unsafe. I wonder how many workers actually know that you have that right, a right to refuse to work in an unsafe condition, which from what she described, that was definitely not a safe environment if it's so hot that, you have workers passing out. So if you're working and you feel reasonably that this is an unsafe place for me to be, you have a right to refuse, and you should report unsafe conditions. Violations should be reported to the Department of Labor and Pensions, 945-8960. So also hazardous conditions, specific regulations exist for hazardous conditions in maritime work where inspectors can detain a ship. Do we have a caller on the line there? Yes, so good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to say thank God for Radio Cayman. It has carried us through some rough times with information, when we didn't have no internet or anything, But I really want to speak to you about the bus service.
Okay.
The bus service is running pretty good because I do take it regular.
Mm-hmm.
Someone called about the airport. Number 3 bus passes by the airport, but it do not go inside of the airport. It passes on the road, on the street.
So it doesn't go by the terminal.
Yes, it do not go inside. It passes on the public road.
Okay.
If you want, for example, if you want to catch number 3, it passes by at least an hour or so. And you can get on, that goes by Lawrence Thompson and comes out on Eastern Avenue and onto West Bay.
So you have to catch it out there where, like, the car rentals are.
Yeah, but be on the main.
Yeah.
Okay, and what a lot of Caymanians needs to realize, there is a lot of people and Caymanians that uses the bus service. It's not like you're going on some jugga ride and you're going through the mountains and it's uncivilized. No, people needs to start using it. And also, a lot of people do not realize the bus service is privately owned and not by government.
Mm-hmm.
Government only has say from Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Not on the weekend? They're not regulated on the weekend?
No. After 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, these guys are free. If they want to go home, they can go home and leave all the tourist workers. I mean, not tourist workers, the staff who works on the hotel. Mm-hmm. You can leave them. And them poor people don't have no way to get home. So from 6 a.m. Monday through Friday till 6 p.m., government has say. After that, if these guys want to go home, and these people who work in the tourist industry, they don't have no ride home.
I didn't realize that. But
Yeah.
so it's a 5-day week.
No, if they want to come out on a Saturday and a Sunday, they don't have to. Because government don't have no say. Government has say from Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And let me tell you, people uses the bus. And I use the bus quite regular. And it's walking distance to where I have to go, a few steps. In Georgetown, you don't have to worry about parking. You get off and you walk. Okay.
So do you find that they are on time? That you have a
Yeah, they're pretty much on time, but it could do with a little touching up here and there.
So would you want the government to do something about the transportation system, or are you pretty happy with it the way it is?
Well, I'm pretty happy. Like I said, it could be a little touch up here and there in some things, but is it profit? Is people going to use it? Because once government take it over, they're going to put fancier buses. You need people to keep this money coming in and out, because these need tires. They need to be. You got to pay drivers. You got to pay for repairs. These buses need every day for the trips up and down. You got to stop and maintain them. You got to make sure you got oil and this and that.
Oh yeah, you got the maintenance, and you got to pay for fuel.
So maybe profit more to just leave it in the private hand, but government could step in and say, get this or that or this or that, more organized. But it's not the worst of our service. It works pretty good. And also, if you go, for example, from West Bay to Georgetown, you get off by the library. You get onto the next bus if you want to go to the hospital. That is bus number 4. That does Hospital, Walkers Road, and South Sound. Okay?
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know this. Number 3 bus goes by the government admin building and by Foster's at the airport, by the airport, and on to West Bay. So you can go to the airport. You can catch a bus from the airport, but you just got to come out of the terminal area outside of the airport itself and go onto the road, stand up there and wait till a bus comes. And it's 3 buses or 2 buses, that is number 3, that does that route.
And they run by. You say they run by there about every hour.
There are buses that does the waterfront, and there are buses that does Eastern Avenue. Number 4, Hospital, Walkers Road, South Sound, Smith Road. So
well, I guess
it's
that's
not like you can't get around.
That's what that caller didn't realize. He was told that the number 3 took care of the airport, but he didn't know where the stop was.
No, you just have to walk out of the airport, across the street, and stand up there. But another thing.
But tell me something. He was at night now. That would that bus be working the airport at night?
Yeah, but listen, I just told you it runs 6 o'clock. After 6 o'clock in the evening, those buses do.
Right.
Number 4 do not go to the hospital or South Sound. Number 3 do not go to the airport. They're just on their regular run. Eastern Avenue, West Bay. Main Road going East End.
6 o'clock, they're going
home. I can't tell you too much about the East End and stuff, right? But West Bay doesn't run bad at all.
Well,
and a few times
it's good to hear somebody that likes the bus system, because most of what I've heard on here are people complaining. I mean, you're the first person I think that I've heard that, it works pretty good. It could be improved, but it's pretty good.
Depending on where you're going. If you have a few steps to your home, you have a few steps to wherever you're going in Georgetown, well, it can work. And another thing, too, people expect a lot of the bus drivers. Some people get on there, and it's so embarrassing as a Caymanian. They don't even have money, and they cuss the Jamaican bus drivers. You know how many Caymanian bus drivers you have out there? If you have 4, you have a lot.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, these guys are out there driving that bus, taking people to construction work, taking people to the hotels and other wherever they got to go. And Caymanians will get onto that bus and cuss some of them bus drivers. I'm not telling no lie. I witnessed this. I'm not saying that the bus drivers not in fault at times. I'm not saying that, you cannot do something more to make the service better, because you can always improve in the business, right?
Right.
But pay the people. Stop getting onto these buses. I don't have no money and cussing them and throwing the change at them. I seen that done. That's not right.
So let me understand this. Let me understand this.
If you say to these bus drivers, I don't have no money, can you give me a ride up the road? He said, sure, come on. I've seen that many times. But you have Caymanians, and I know my people, and I know where they come from. I know where part of Cayman they come from. I'm not going to call a particular district. And they will get onto that bus, and they would cuss those Jamaicans like a dog. Once you are here, once you have entered this country legal and you have a work permit for your job, you can't go bitching and carry on to these poor people. These people is helping us. Why don't more Caymanians get out there and drive these buses?
Well, that's really terrible. They're looking for a free ride, and they're cursing the bus driver out.
I've had Caymanians to beg me money on the bus, and I got some change in my purse, and I give them, and they tell me they don't want no change. And I said to them, no, I'm not giving it to you. I'll pay the bus driver for you out of my money. I'm not giving you. So let me tell you, we as Caymanians, we are in a lot of faults. But the bus service can do with some improvement, but it's not the worst.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that.
Government only has control over it from Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. After that, all of those hotel workers and anyone that work at night, they can be stranded. Years ago, the hotels used to provide transportation for their workers. And you have hotel workers who's coming off 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That is why a lot of these work permit people have to buy cars, because buses are not running at that time.
So
the buses run as early as 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And they could, you'd like to see them run later.
Well, you see, the thing is, if you run later, you need that money coming in. Can you pick up a crowd?
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't come as frequently, but,
Well, at night the buses service, they kind of drop off. It'd be like 5, 6 buses a night. And you must remember, some of these people is running from 5 o'clock in the morning. They do. I said to one of them one day, I says, don't you get tired? Don't you think you need a nap, from 5 o'clock this morning? He said, we go home and we rest for an hour and a half and we are back out here. And the guy told me, he said, when I come out here back at 2 o'clock in the day, I'm on the road till 9 o'clock in the night driving. And let me tell you, I've taken the bus a few times at night, and it is packed. There's money in the bus service. It is packed because you got a lot of people who don't want to drive, who have cars, and just don't want to drive. You got some people who they feel more relaxed on the bus, and
or they just can't afford a car.
Depending on them.
Yeah, and there's people who just can't afford to buy a car.
Yeah, and then where you going to park? You're going downtown Georgetown. You get the bus, you get off, and you walk. The walking is good for you.
Yeah, they're encouraging people to make more steps, right?
Yeah, but then the thing is this. What the big problem is people coming out of these roads, to the main road. Because these buses has a route of the main road. Say, for example, you live on Bush-Street Hill Road, and you're coming out of some of those lanes, roads that carries you further down into the, off the main road.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing goes in there. You have to find your way to the main road, and you'll catch a bus. Buses do run quite often. They're only staying around 10:30, 11 o'clock. They tends to it tends to be less drivers out for a bit because they go home to take a nap. Or sometimes they park off in the parking lot there and they sleep on in their bus and they're ready to go.
Back on the
do
road
go
again.
Home to rest.
Well, ma'am, I have to break in because I'm running out of time here real fast. But it was really nice talking to you.
We really need to appreciate the bus service more. People need to get out there and use the bus service more, and government needs to step in to improve it more. But don't be ripping it down, because there's a lot of people who makes this island roll.
I hear you.
Roll, that need the bus service. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the call. You gave us some good insight into using the bus here. And, it looks like bus fares are due to be increased. There will be an increase in bus fares effective May 4th. And this was posted in a bus. It's a government notice. A government notice that was posted in a bus. And one more here before I go. Good afternoon. What we have going on is an increase in gasoline. I just stopped by one gas station, and the price is $6.39 a gallon. Okay, I'll have to check and see what I'm on about a quarter tank, so I'm going to still need some gas. I'll have to check on the price. Thank you all for calling. Thank you all for listening, and have a great afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Monotony comes variety and substance. It's the City Barnaby Cuff on Radio K-Man.